Well, AudioSense has a sister company named Tingker, and they put out their very first IEM, the TK200. Comes with a dynamic driver and a Knowles BA driver. So, what do you get in the box, and how do they sound? In today's video, we're going to go over just that. Stick around. Hey, what's going on? It's Hobart. Welcome back to my channel, Hobart's Reviews, where I review all sorts of good stuff. And today, I've got a set of IEMs from a brand new sister company of a well-known brand. We all know who AudioSense is. AudioSense has put out lots of really good professional and prosumer IEMs, and so they've come up with a sister company, and the sister company's name is Tingker, T-I-N-G-K-E-R. And they have the TK200. This comes with a 10mm titanium diaphragm dynamic driver, and also the RAD 33518 Knowles balanced armature driver. So you got Knowles handling your mids and your highs in this baby, and you've got a 10mm titanium diaphragm dynamic driver for your lows, all for 69 bucks. So before we go into how I like them, the pros and the cons, and whether you should spend your $69 on this or not, let's go ahead and go down close. We'll do an unboxing. As you can see, it's a pretty big box, so there must be some goodies inside. We'll do an unboxing, and then we'll go back up top and I'll give you my pros and cons and final thoughts. All right, let's go. All right, so here is what the outside of the box looks like for the Tingker TK200 IEMs. And the first thing is that I notice here is it's not the semi-molded shape that I'm used to with, say, the TRN ST1s or the ZS10 Pros. It's the new round shape that a lot of people are going for. It is still over the ear, but it's just this round shape instead of the semi-molded shape for your ears. But that's the first thing I noticed about these guys. And I haven't owned a pair of these yet, so I was pretty excited to try them. This is what the side of the box looks like here. The other side of the box, I did not get these features on my cord. I think that's an option. And it does have a 3.5mm connection. It is a 90-degree connection though. And then on the back, you've got your breakdown of the IEM. You can see your dynamic drivers here and your balanced armature driver there. And then of course it tells you all of your specs. You've got 100 decibel sensitivity, your frequency response is 18 hertz to 22 kilohertz. Your impedance is 25 ohms over here, but 19 ohms over there. I'm not sure why. Dynamic speaker, balanced armature driver. You do have an MMCX detachable cable, and your cable length is just over 4 feet long at around 50 inches. So those are the specs, and inside that box, you're gonna get this box right here. And this is a nice hard box that comes with it. And we'll take the lid off. And inside, you're gonna see that there's an instruction manual. Probably gives you a little information about stuff, but a lot of it's in Chinese. And then you get this case along with your IEMs, and it looks like you get 3 sets of silicone ear tips. So 3 sets of tips, your IEMs. I'm guessing inside here is going to be our cable. I really like that they give you a case to carry these around in. So this is the silver cable. We'll go ahead and take a look at this guy first. And the first thing that I notice, it is not the dreaded brown KZ cable, which is great. So the end connection on this guy is going to be a 90-degree gold-plated end connection, 3.5mm. The cable is 8 strands, 19-core, silver-plated copper cable. So it's definitely not tangly. It doesn't want to tangle like some of those other cords do. So let's take a look at the Y connection here, the split. This is made of aluminum. See if it has the, yep, and it also has the adjustable back so that you can tighten it up to the back of your head if you want to. So that is a nice cable. I believe this is going to be the same cable you're going to get when you buy the more expensive AudioSense IEMs as well. So those are your MMCX connections right there. So overall, really nice cable. I got to give it to them on the cable, so I'm really pleased with that. I like that you get a little case with it as well. So let's take a look at the IEMs. We'll pull these guys out, and so this is what it looks like. I'll give you kind of a little 360 view all the way around. Looks like there's the base hole where the air would come out for the dynamic driver. Gives you a little grate to keep the dirt and the earwax out, which is nice. Nice and clean. The machining is nice and clean. There's where your MMCX connector is going to go. It's gold plated as well. Give you a side view of it. It's got left and right on it, so you know which is which. Very cool. So very nice looking IEM. And inside there you have that 10mm dynamic driver and also one Knowles balanced armature driver giving you those mids and highs, which we'll talk about how that sounds here in just a minute. Now, if you've never connected an MMCX cable before, it's fairly simple. With the MMCX cable, it just goes in and it's very easy. You don't have to worry about pins or anything. You just put the little thing inside there, the male inside the female, and you hear the little snap, and now it'll rotate around. It's connected, so. Taking it off is a little different. It's a little harder to do. You have to really manhandle it to do it, but. So there you go. You get a 1-year warranty with these guys. If anything ever goes wrong in the first year, you just let them know and they will take care of you. Also, if you're wondering about the weight, they weigh 8 grams, so they're very light. Weigh 8 grams, but they are made of all metal. So there's no acrylic, no plastic or anything going on here. These are, looks like they're gonna be all aluminum construction, so, or stainless steel, but they're very light. So that's it right there. That is the Tingker TK200 IEM, one dynamic driver, one Knowles BA driver. Let's go back up top and I'm gonna give you my pros and my cons and my thoughts on these guys. Let's go. All right, so we're back up top and it's time for my final thoughts on these guys. First, let's start off with the pros. Number one, I really like the presentation. I like the box that they come in. I like the fact that they give you that little case, 3 extra sets of ear tips, a nice hard case. So presentation, definitely a pro. I also like the way that these guys sound. Yeah, so far I've had a couple pairs of Chinese balanced armature driver IEMs. I've got a pair of AudioSense AQ3s, which have Knowles drivers in them. I'm not a big fan of those. I don't think they have enough headroom. They sound good, but Tingker, being a sister company of AudioSense, I was hoping that they weren't going to be tuned the same way. And I'm pleased to say that they're not. These guys sound incredible. Now, when it comes to the 10mm dynamic driver in there, that's going to give you a really nice punchy bass, but it also gives you a little bit of rumble. It's not bass head, but it is definitely not minimal. It has got some punchiness and it does have a little bit of rumble, so the bass is there. When it comes to the Knowles driver, the mids and the highs, the mids are full, the highs are full, they roll off before they get to the point where they start hurting your ears, so they're really comfortable to wear. Now I can compare these to my TRN ST1s. Now those are just a $15, $20 pair of IEMs. They have one dynamic driver and one Chinese balanced armature driver. And I like those a little bit better than I like my KZZS10 Pros because those can get real up on the high side. They're real good, but they just can get on the high side and can fatigue your ears after a little while the TRN ST1s do not. It's all in the tuning. So these guys, being that it's got a Knowles balanced armature driver in it, of course is going to be a step up above that TRN ST1, but again, I like the one dynamic driver and the one balanced armature driver combination. It's comfortable to wear, it gives me what I need when it comes to sound and clarity and bass and mids and highs, so I give these guys a real good rating. I'll give them 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, whatever you want to do. When it comes to the sound, these guys are incredible. Now when it comes to headroom, like I was just saying, there's plenty of volume here and I like my music loud. So if I say that there's plenty of headroom, you should be good to go. I can listen to these in my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus on 90% or so, and that's plenty enough for me. I could go to 100, but these guys give you a little bit extra headroom, unlike the AudioSense AQ3s, which I thought didn't have enough headroom. I could put it at 100% with an amplifier and a DAP, and it just wasn't there. These guys are in line as far as volume and headroom with the ST1s and the KZZS10 Pros. They give you plenty, so don't worry about volume. Now, I do like the cable as well. I'm really liking the cable. It's the same cable that I did get with the AudioSense AQ3, so they're giving you a good high quality cable. It's definitely not tangly, and that's one of the biggest things that I like about it. So the cable is another pro for this. I also think that for all that you get here for $69, the price is a major pro. Tingker is coming out with this very first set of IEMs out of the gate with a good price, with good quality drivers inside of them, and I'm really impressed by the price. So for $69, I say that's a huge pro for sure. Now let's get to the cons. Well, I'm a fan of these, the way they sound, but the way they fit is another story for me. On the back side of here, you've got this See how you've got that like sharp edge? It's kind of hard to see. There it is. See that sharp edge? When you've got them in your ears, they kind of dig into your ears. So let me try to see if I put this in for you and show you what I'm talking about. So inside my ear right here, of course you can see the back edge digs into my ear. So when I'm listening for a long period of time, then I start to go, my ear's kind of getting sore. So I'm not a fan. If I had to make a suggestion, I would say go ahead and round off that edge, Tinker, and make it a little bit more comfortable. The other thing I don't like too is these things don't really stay up on my ear. I'd rather them, you know, the cable stay up on my ear, but as you can see, it kind of sticks out a little bit. So I've been trying to, and again, this may be just the way that my ear is shaped, but I can't seem to get these guys to stay flush up against my head. Other than that, I think that these are incredible. And again, these are just my opinions. They're subjective. My ears are a different shape than your ears, so these may fit into your ears just fine. If you're wondering about sound and you're wondering about quality, I give these things 5 stars. You're getting a really nice cable. You're getting good quality, good machining, all metal construction. You got a Knowles driver in here. You got a titanium diaphragm dynamic driver in here. So when it comes to quality and specs, you're there. The cons are my ears. They fit, they just kind of get a little irritated after a while. So take that in consideration if you're gonna go ahead and buy them. I'll put a link in the description to my friends over at Tingker and their AliExpress store, so you can go ahead and get you a pair if you wanna go ahead and try them. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you watching my videos. If you like what I'm doing, go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe button so that you'll find out next time I post another review. And if you have any questions ever on any of my videos, including on these guys right here, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. I promise I answer all the questions as soon as I possibly can. I want to make sure that you feel that you can interact with me here on this channel, and if you have a question, I'm going to answer it. So go ahead and leave those questions or those comments, and I will definitely get back to you for sure. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. See ya.